Everyone, kind of a cool story that I thought I'd share because I randomly drove past this. When I'm driving, checking out new properties in Baltimore to purchase, I like to drive past my current rentals just to see, hey, are they doing okay? Are the houses being kept up? What's going on in the area? And because I have so many that are just shotgunned around the city, usually whenever I'm going to purchase a property, I have some rentals in that area, so I have some feel of how that area is going to rent, how it's going to go. This property right here, which is 611 West Lafayette, this property I purchased at auction. I want to say I won it for like $19,000. And not necessarily the most amazing investment strategy you can have, but sometimes when you have a house that's got really good bones and you know you don't really need to do much to get it to rent ready, you take a chance. I didn't think this area was a big drug area. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, after I purchased it and after I got up and running, I realized, man, there is a lot of transients and a lot of users and dealers that come over here and go behind this section of houses that I'm about to show you. You can see that that block is like super rough. So you would only ever want to purchase this if you got it for a sweet deal. And this entire property had been renovated on the inside. It just needed some love. So I think we painted it, installed new flooring. I had to do a few things like getting the electrical reconnected back that made it a little bit challenging. But overall, I want to say I couldn't have been more in than $50,000 or $60,000 all in on this property. And so it's made money ever since I purchased it. I think we purchased it maybe 2.5 years ago, and there's been the same tenant in there. And the big problem was actually this whole block of properties that was vagrant. It was boarded up, and that's where this whole block, the drug dealers, the users would go through this alley and they'd purchase behind these buildings. So I'm a huge proponent of driving past the buildings before you purchase them. I guess it just was like a week that they weren't selling over here. So I was like, oh, block looks pretty quiet like it does today. It's just a very quiet block. It's very central as well. But the whole point that I'm getting with this video is the city purchased all these properties and then just tore them all down. And so that drug dealing that was going on behind this building is no longer going to be going on behind this building because they don't have anything to hide behind to do their deals. So I would expect that this block would improve. And another thing that might end up happening is the city might purchase these buildings. And so our building might be the only one, and they might just do an eminent domain and purchase our building for a relative premium cost just to get it out there and bulldoze the whole block. So that's something that could happen. That would be great. We'd get a premium. We'd, earn rents, and then we'd earn what you're wanting is equity spread at the back end. And this probably really hasn't been challenging. We got a tenant pretty easily. It's rented at a super inexpensive price. It's rented for like $1,200 or $1,250, I think. But when you're all in at $50,000 or $60,000, that's a 2x multiple. And so if the city comes and they purchase it from me for $100,000 or $120,000, that's an amazing deal. I got rent the entire time that I own the building, and then I'm also getting purchased on the back end. And at the very least, if the city doesn't purchase my building, the building's going to go up in value over time with them bulldozing all the vagrants. So now, at least once they get the land filled here, get trees planted back, it will look like a nicer block. And then I can just sell it for more because it's better than what it was. So the city is almost doing the improvements for me. We had to do the renovation of that building, and since we know we renovated it and we did a majority LVP flooring, the walls are drywall, I think we installed a new kitchen, and I think we installed new windows here because it doesn't have that many windows. So overall, this building's not going to give us that much trouble as far as maintenance. So that's why I liked it. It also, if you can tell at the very top right up here, it doesn't have a flat roof. It's got a pitched roof, so it has asphalt shingles, and that means that it's just gonna need less maintenance overall. I think we redid the roof on this property and or we either redid it or we patched it. I can't remember. But with that being said, that's going to give us a 20-year lifespan on the roof. So I don't have to deal with anything with the roof. And so overall, I'm actually okay if you purchase properties that are like this, even though they are not for the faint of heart. If you have to deal with BGE and deal with utility hookups, it's not fun. If you don't have a process down, you're gonna get frustrated. It's gonna take a long time. BGE is going to give you the runaround because you don't know who to contact. But a deal is a deal. Every house has a price, even if it's negative dollars. But every house has a price. And for this one, it was $19,000 for me. Again, it makes us monthly cash flow. If I wanted to sell it on the market today, I could do that, and I wouldn't make a ton. I mean, maybe I'd make $85,000 on it, but it's still a great property. It looks great on the inside. It's got a tenant. And so overall, great property. So if you're investing in Baltimore, just take heed. See you guys in the next video.